Okay guys, so this is part 2 of geometric series formula. Let's get started. So, in this next problem here, let's see what they told us. They told us the sum of the first 6 terms of a geometric series is this. So, what they just told us is S sub 6. Remember, we want the sum of the first 6 they're telling us, and we already know it's 15,624. They told us the common ratio is 5. And they want to know what the first term of this series is, right? So remember guys, the formula again, S sub n is your first term or your first number times 1 minus r to the n divided by 1 minus r. So we already know S sub n, or S sub 6 in this case. N is 6 in other words. We don't know the first number. That's what they're asking us to find. But we know the ratio is 5, so it's 1 minus 5 to the 6, because we're doing the 6th term, right? Divided by 1 minus 5. Now, guys, follow along, because once again, I'm going to do all of this right here in my calculator. Check this out. Make sure you use parentheses again. If I do 1 minus 5 to the 6, I'm doing this part right here in parentheses so it stays together. And I'm going to divide by this in parentheses so it stays together. So I'm dividing by 1 minus 5. And what do I get? 3,906. Now what? What I just figured out is that 15,624 is A times 3,906. So how can I find this A? I'm going to just divide both sides by 3,906. Okay? And that's what I did right here. 15,624 divided by the answer, which is this right here. Again, guys, use your calculator with that answer button. Get good at the answer button. It saves you some time. And I get 4. So what I just figured out, guys, that our first number, and I'm going to type it right in there, was 4. It started out as 4. The next one was 20 because it's timesing by 5. The next one was 100 because it's timesing by 5 again. Each time the ratio was timesing by 5, right? And if I add all those numbers up to the 6th number, it will add up to what they told us was 15,624. That's what we just figured out. Okay, but the first number was 4 in this series or sequence. Okay, one more, guys, and we're done. This time they told us the first term is 64. They want the sum of the first 4 terms. So they want S sub 4 this time, and they told us the first term was 64. They told us the ratio was 0.75. So we're going to do 1 minus 0.75 to the 4, since we're doing the 4th number, divided by 1 minus 0.75. So guys, watch carefully as I do this on the calculator. I basically typed in the whole thing, guys. See that? And you can do that if you use parentheses correctly. Check this out. I started by taking 64, of course, timesing it, because after all, there's really a times right there. And then I put all of this on in the numerator in a parentheses. 1 minus 0.75 to the 4 in parentheses. And then I divided, because we're dividing here, right? And I want to keep that together, so I used the parentheses for 1 minus 0.75. And if you do that correctly with parentheses, guys, you get the answer. 175. So the correct answer is 175. Now, just to make sure you really understand what's going on, guys, check this out. So, we were told, for example, our first number was 64, right? The second number was 0.75 as big, which would have been 48. The third number would be 0.75 of the 48, which would have been 36. Each time we're going down 25% or we're doing 75% of the previous number, right? Plus 75% of the 36 is 27. Now guys, guess what happens if I add all those up? Well, I use my calculator here. Check this out. And if you do the 64 plus the 48 plus 36 plus 27, you get 75, which we predicted with this formula. So as you can see, guys, the formula can be quicker and more efficient than doing it old school manually, okay? Especially if you're doing a number bigger than 4, like you want the first 10. Could you imagine doing this, all of this right here, with 10 times over, right? That would be insane. That would take you a lot more time than using this nifty formula. So hopefully you're getting good at this formula, guys. And you're learning how to do these geometric series and sequences. See you around.